this misconception among a lot of Christians, and that's how I also turned up lukewarm. We don't understand that Jesus is a person, yes, but he's also God. It's like if I get hit by a bus and there's no evidence that I got hit by a bus, I didn't get hit by a bus. So if I'm saying I'm following the most powerful being in the universe,
your life should reflect
right?
that.
And I have this interesting analogy where I go,
So when we first, commit ourselves to God, when we first start growing in the relationship with God, this is our desires over here and this is God's desires over here. So I don't know who God is exactly. My knowledge about God is very limited, okay? But the more I grow in his relationship, the more I learn about him, the more closer I get to him. And now the closer I get to him, the more I fall in love with him.
Exactly.
Okay? The more I fall in love with him, my desires start to be molded into his desires. So I feel like when I start out with God, my desires are over here and his desires are over here. And the more closer I grow to God, like these desires come together. Yeah. And when I get to that peak, right, that is when you grow tired of everything. Like you don't have
all you want to do is be with God.
Like,
that's it.
Think about this, the relationship thing, okay? If you really love a girl, okay, when you fall madly in love with a girl, you will do anything that you have to do to please her.
Yes.
No matter how much you like or don't like doing something,
we mold ourselves.
Even if you don't like, you hate doing that thing, you will do it because she wants you to do it. Okay, and over time, because you love her and because you love her, you keep doing the thing that you don't really like for yourself, but you keep doing it because she wants you to do it. And over time, you grow to like the thing that you don't really like doing in the first place. You get what I mean?
Yes.
All because you love that person.
Yes.
That's exactly how it is with our desires and God. Yes. That's how I understand it. So the closer I grow, the closer I grow to God, the more my desires start looking like his desires, and then there's no friction.
Yeah.
I mean, like, let's say you can't 100% mold yourself, like at least as long as we are in our flesh, okay? But the closer I grow to him, the more alike we're gonna our desires are gonna look like. So when that happens, that is when you're like, everything else seems like, look, you don't really care about it.
Yes.
No one has to tell you, hey, this is not good. Rather than what's good and what is wrong, what is right and what is wrong, you'll be like, okay, this is good, but does God like it?
Yeah.
Does God approve? Does this please him? So that's how I think our desires and God's desires and the relationship thing works. Wow. If you are someone like me who speaks Tamil but doesn't read Tamil, but you always wanted to read the Bible in Tamil, then the Tanglish Bible is absolutely for you. The Tanglish Bible is a Romanized version of the Bible, meaning the Bible is still in Tamil but it's written in English, so hence the name Tanglish Bible. This is really great when you're reading through the Bible in English or any other language for that reason and are struggling to understand the meaning of a passage because you don't speak that language. Now you don't have to worry about that if you have the Tanglish Bible. So if you want to grab one, check out the link in the description and use code PM10 at checkout for 10% off. That is PM10 for 10% off at checkout. Now back to the video.
If I could just add to that, I think this misconception among a lot of Christians, and that's how I also turned up lukewarm, is that we don't understand that Jesus is a person, yes, but he's also God. It's like if I get hit by a bus and there's no evidence that I got hit by a bus, I didn't get hit by a bus. So if I'm saying I'm following the most powerful being in the universe, there is going to be an
life
effect,
should reflect
right?
that.
And I have this interesting analogy where I go, if I want to go from here to my hometown, which is like 800 kilometers away, if I run on my own, it's going to take a while. But if I catch a plane, I'm going to reach super fast. So that's an analogy where you just rely on God and not yourself. And he takes you way further than you could ever. I mean, do you think Elijah brought fire from heaven by his supernatural abilities? No, it was God. It was humility. That's it. He died to himself and remained in Jesus. That's it.
The reason I think in the Bible it says God chose the fools of the world to, make the wise people of the world look like fools. The reason I think God does that is when he uses a fool to shame the wise, everyone looking at the fool who accomplished something great knows that there is no way this guy did it by himself.
He can never take the glory.
People watching will realize that, and even the fool himself knows that it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way, that no other person or no other thing that you could point to, hey, this is why it happened, other than
every
God.
cell in our body now is like, this this belongs to God. Glory to God. That's it. I belong for it. That's it.
Yeah.
It's so convinced that I no longer live for myself.
That's pretty cool. Another thing about that suffering thing that we're talking about, part of the reason that God allows us to suffer is so that one is to show us that, like you already touched on this, show us that we can't really do it ourselves. Okay, so we only realize that when we are out of options. When you have options, you'll be like, I want God to do it, but if He doesn't, I also have this other thing that I can try. But when you're really out of options and your back is up against a wall and you're pinned in a corner, that is when you're like, I got nothing else. I got nothing else to give. I felt like that so many times, even recently. So when I like put my hands up and I know this is like I surrender. When I say I got nothing left, that's when God shows up. That is, like I said, that is to show us that you can't really do this.
Yes, glory belongs to me.
Yeah. So in the end, our God is a jealous God. He repeatedly says in the Old Testament, like, I will do this so that I will be glorified.
Yep.
I will do this through you to the people of Israel, so that everyone looking at you will know that I am God and they will glorify me. That's the entire Bible.
Crazy, man.